century ago, World War I changed the face of war forever, resulting in over 9 million deaths. It is known to be one of the deadliest conflicts in history. Leading up to the war, increased military funding, rivalries, and competition caused German armies to double in size between 1870 and 1914. In 1882, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy created an alliance in order to maintain power and strength through the mutual protection of these three states. In the event that a great power such as France or Russia would attack, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy would be able to defeat these greater powers. If any of the superpowers were to attack us individually, we would cease to exist.
On to prevent this from happening.
Years later, in 1907, Britain, France, and Russia saw the potentially disastrous effects of the Triple Alliance and were forced to take action. This meeting resulted in the Triple Entente, which united France, Russia, and Britain against the Triple Alliance, which consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy.
I know we've had our differences in the past, but we must wave those aside to counter Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy.
I agree, we must counter the movement together, or else we will be at the mercy of the Triple Alliance.
Let's sign it.
Ensemble, nous unissons.
There are many causes leading up to World War I, but the war officially started with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914, which set in motion a series of chain reactions that erupted into war. Propaganda was used in World War I as a means of communicating to the public and influencing the attitudes of the people. This involved heavy use of the press and twisting the truth in favor of political needs. A prominent aspect of World War I was trench warfare, a technique that involved soldiers exchanging gunfire and using trenches as shelter. Trench warfare allowed both sides to be significantly protected from guns and airplanes. Following the sinking of the Lusitania, America entered the war in 1917. This was very devastating to German morale and is considered a turning point in the war.
What is this?
It's a Zimmerman telegraph.
What does this mean?
It's a telegraph from the Germans to Mexico. It's an alliance against us.
That's it. We're joining the war.
Created by Woodrow Wilson, the 14 points outline the post-war world. It was an attempt to end World War I and helped with the creation of the League of Nations and forced Germany to accept the blame for the war.
Open covenants of peace, openly arrived at, after which there shall be no private international understanding of any kind, but diplomacy shall proceed always frankly and in the public view. Lastly, a general association of nations must be formed under specific covenants for the purpose of affording mutual guarantees of political independence and territorial integrity to great and small states alike.
The Jazz Age was a cultural movement that existed after World War I in the 1920s. Jazz music was originally created by the African Americans and was quickly spread through the invention of many modern technologies such as the radio. Many soldiers played cards as a pastime in the trenches on the battlegrounds of World War I. Cards calmed the soldiers as they lived in the trenches and helped keep death off their minds. Following World War I, Adolf Hitler recited his future plans for Germany to Rudolf Hess while in a prison cell.
Rudolph, take notes. If you tell a big enough lie and tell it frequently enough, it will be believed. The very first essential for success is a perpetually constant and regular employment of violence. When diplomacy ends, war begins. The Aryan race must dominate. Germany must expel all Jewish influence from its lands. We will prevail.